Hey squids, it's time for a new unit, which is waves. So I want to go over the inquiry statement before we get started so that you are aware of what's happening. Okay, so for waves, our inquiry statement is innovative devices transform matter and energy to satisfy human needs and desires. By the end of this unit, not only will you know what that means, but you will actually be able to make an innovative device. Our global context is scientific and technical development. Today in class, you're going to observe a phenomenon and ask questions. So important to ask questions. In class, we'll talk about trees, and then you're going to observe a phenomenon and work with several different partners to create a model. And during your asynchronous time, you will be creating an initial model. Okay, so here in Canvas, what you'll do is you will watch this video, all right? And on that video, after you watch it, you'll say, what? What just happened? So you're basically going to talk about what you noticed and wondered about in your notebook. And we're looking at how did sound create movement in windows far away. Basically what happens is that truck has a humongous speaker system and they play music really loudly and the window across the way starts to move. How does that happen? As you watch the video, record in your notebook noticings and wonderings. So right here, I'll show you in your notebook, you want to record notices and wonderings like this. Make a T-chart. Notice and wonder. Okay, then think about this. Really think about what did you observe in the video? Why did that happen? And what was puzzling to you? And then we'll talk about it as a whole group. Okay, again, same questions. Then you're going to watch the second video. The second video shows a speaker with oobleck, which is cornstarch and water on top of it, and it makes crazy, crazy motions. So as you observe it, think to yourself, what is the speaker doing while it's making the sounds? And then what do you see happening that might help us understand what's happening in the video of the truck in the window? Again, record what you notice, record what you wonder. Then here's the meat of this. You're going to develop an initial model to explain this idea. Why would a sound coming from one thing make another thing far away move? You'll use pictures, symbols, words in your model to help represent and further explain what you think is happening in each of the three locations on a zoomed-in scale. Kids, you might not know. This is called an initial model. It means your first one. Don't stress out if you don't know. You have two options for this initial model, okay? There's a link in Canvas. You may do it on the Google slideshow. That's fine. If you want to draw on here, either using the touchpad of a device or by putting in shapes, that's fine. If you don't want to, you can also just use these ideas and put it into your notebook, draw it in your notebook. But you want to zoom in at what's happening at the spot where the sound is coming from. Zoom in on what's happening in the space between the truck and the building window, and then zoom in on what's happening at the window and explain each of them. So draw your picture here, explain it, draw your picture here, explain it, draw your picture here, explain it. Do that in your notebook if you want to, or here. If you do it in your notebook, just take a picture of it and submit it. If you do it on here, submit this. We will also continue talking with our partners about ways that they thought this worked, and you will share ideas. Okay, that's it. But this is what should get submitted with this for this assignment. Okay, good luck.